Book of Heaven, Volume 12, August 6, 1919. The Abandonment in God. Value of the acts done in the divine will. I go through my days most bitter. My poor heart is as though petrified by the pain of the privation of the one who forms my life, my all. And although resigned, yet I cannot do without lamenting to my sweet Jesus when, almost in flight, he either passes before me or moves in my interior. And I remember that, during these laments, once he told me,
"Abandonment in me is the image of two torrents, each one unloading itself into the other with such impetus that their waters blend together, and forming gigantic waves of water, they arrive at even touching heaven, to the point that the bed of those torrents remains dry. And the roaring of those waters, their murmuring, is so sweet and harmonious that heaven, in seeing itself touched by those waters, feels honored and shines with new beauty. And the saints, in chorus, say, 'This is the sweet sound and the harmony that enraptures, of a soul who has abandoned herself in God. How beautiful it is! How beautiful it is!'"
Another day he told me,
"What do you fear? Abandon yourself in me, and you will remain surrounded by me as though within a circle, in such a way that if enemies, occasions, or dangers come, they will have to deal with me, not with you, and I will answer for you. True abandonment in me is rest for the soul and work for me. And if the soul is restless, it means that she is not abandoned in me. A just pain restlessness is, for one who wants to live of her own, doing great wrong to me and great harm to herself."
Another day I was lamenting even more strongly, and my lovable Jesus, all goodness, told me,
"My daughter, calm yourself. This state of yours is the void which is being formed upon the second preparation of the new chastisements that will come. Read well into what I made you write, and you will find that not all the chastisements have yet occurred. How many more cities will be destroyed? The nations will continue to draw up, each one against the other. And Italy? The nations which are friends to her will become her fiercest enemies. Therefore, patience, my daughter. When everything is prepared to call man back, I will come to you as before, and we will pray and cry together for ungrateful man. You, however, never go out of my will, for since my volition is eternal, what is done in my will acquires an eternal, immense, infinite value. It is like currency that arises and never runs out. The littlest acts done in my will remain written with indelible characters. We are eternal acts because an eternal will animated us, formed us, and performed us. It happens as to a vase of clay into which liquid gold is poured, and the goldsmith, from that liquefied gold, forms objects of gold. Is it perhaps that, because that gold has been liquefied in the vase of clay, it is said it is not gold? Certainly not. Gold is always gold, in whatever vase it might be liquefied. Now the vase of clay is the soul. My will is the gold. The act of the creature, of operating in my will, combines my will with hers, and they liquefy together, and from that liquid I, divine goldsmith, form the acts of eternal gold, in such a way that I can say that they are mine, and the soul can say that they are hers."
Thank you for being a part of our community here at Divine Will app. If you enjoy listening to Jesus' lessons on how to live in the divine will, please give this video a thumbs up. Your likes help us reach more souls yearning to live in the kingdom of the divine will. We'd love to hear your thoughts and reflections, so drop a comment below. Your insights not only enrich our community, but also inspire others on their spiritual journey. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. By joining us, you're helping to spread the news of the kingdom of the divine will, so that together we can bring His kingdom to reign on earth as it is in heaven. In the divine will, always.